の民を守るために。
Being able to watch an anime series in a fantasy-like world with elements or capabilities of magic is one of the best experiences I could have ever asked because, you know, the world building will always be different, unique, and very fun to watch. So for this video, I decided I'll be taking you all on a tour and recommend you 10 fantasy magic anime with a strong main character. As you know, it's always a great addition to have a protagonist being able to do things rather than being a complete weakling. It's gonna be a very fun video to watch and I really hope you all like it. And if you're new here, then please subscribe with the notifications turned on to stay up to date with the latest and best anime recommendations on this channel. Now, without keeping you all waiting, let us get started with the video. We kick things off with the Away Paladin, which is a series focusing on a character being isekai'd and reincarnated as a child, being lost in the world, incapable of living on his own until one day a group of people took him in, and the unique thing was that they were pretty much undead. They showed him love, care, attention until he was old enough to learn magic, swordsmanship, and finally venture off into the vast world to find out more about who he is, what this place is, and where he came from. Along the way, he will meet people he had never seen before, tough enemies, and one of the biggest adventures that you really do not want to be missing out on.
それもその通りだ。が、貴殿を殺すことすら考慮せ。
我可以借你。
曹青瓷，你俩一伙的？看你说的。
Spare Me, Greylord is actually a newly airing Chinese anime series featuring an orphan named Lushu who is currently experiencing life-changing things where he is a metahuman, especially his world that is in the magical era. He will now embark on a journey with his little sister to enhance his abilities, become stronger, and most of all, encounter supernatural events that could hinder his life as these are obstacles that he needs to overcome. He will also meet lots of never-ending rivals coming at him as that is one of the toughest challenges Lushu needs to face.
上个厕所啊！
行，那就先给你抽，不到1分钟的事儿。小刘，先抽他。
なんてことするんだ。俺はあなたにしか用がないので。
Up next is Kimono Jaihan, a shonen series revolving around demons but also a protagonist who is a demon but hides his power as he simply really can't control it yet, using the pendant that his mother gave him. The main character Kabane worked in a farm to be able to live and put some food on his plate, but that is until someone from the demon investigation crew was called over in and reported Kabane being a demon who was then eliminated by a member named Inogami. However, Kabane was quite the special person as he couldn't really die, making him immortal. Inogami then took him in instead and decided to, introduce him to the other abnormal kids within the demon investigation crew, and thus begins an adventure of hunting down and exorcising dangerous demons roaming out there.
短い寄り道でしたね。楽しめました。
The Wandering Witch is a series and a journey of a young, beautiful girl named Elena who wishes to see what the world is like outside her area. Beautiful visuals, characters, story, it all combines so well together, making this anime a very enjoyable time. Elena will overcome her hardship of learning to become a very powerful witch, encounter strangers who will turn into friends, and also twists and events that are somewhat life-changing to Elena as she makes this journey one of her biggest experiences yet. guess having a harem series in there is quite a good addition to have in here, as this is one that focuses on a story where countries are at war with each other. War maidens known as Vanadis, equipped with unique dragon-craved weapons, they launch a war against their rivaling country and are prepared to battle. A young man named Vorn is an archer from his region Brune, a series filled with unique war tactics and adventure full of beautiful women. As you know, this is a harem to begin with. Vorn will be, you know, swept away within this war's dark secrets, conflicts, and also, most of all, corruption.
でもそんなことをして大丈夫かしら。
転校生
Arima is a young high schooler whose father is a historian that conducted so much research in his lifetime that one day he has suddenly disappeared. During summer vacation, Arima then received a package from his missing father, and inside was a peculiar device that was about to change the outcome of his life choices. The device actually allowed Arima to go back in time and revert the choices he has done, allowing for a different outcome each time. What he wants to know the most is that whether his father is actually alive somewhere, you know, in another world or maybe a different dimension. This is not just a normal real-world anime, but more of an adventure that is going to come later down the line as you keep watching.
Kanna-chan.
Despite what many say about Goblin Slayer and the way it has handled its episodes for being quite mature, I really enjoyed it a lot. Goblin Slayer is about a mysterious character who shares no name, but what the townsfolk call him is pretty much Goblin Slayer. From the name itself, he just slays goblins and takes on tasks and missions that are to do with goblins. They are one of the more weaker mobs, but if you pretty much come unprepared, then it could mean the worst for you. Equipped with a short sword and a small shield, he is ready to rid the world of those nasty little green goblins and maybe even slay bigger opponents for a change. The country of Atlatin is covered in the flames of war after events thanks to the Great Hall tragedy. Dark energy then releases that was found out to be from a great demon lord who wishes to pretty much rule the world and shatter any chances of creating peace during this wartime. Now, one of the main characters named Silica is on a mission to train her magic abilities under a master magician during this chaos, but was then captured by a group of soldiers in the forest. At one point, a mysterious warrior named Theo came to rescue her and held a strange crest on his hand which holds magical power that can banish chaos from this world. Theo then wishes to attain the rank of Lord and save the people from this chaos spreading throughout the world. They both then form a contract together and embark on a journey to restore balance and peace.
大丈夫です。私があなたのそばにいますから。
Children of the Whales is extremely underrated by one of JC Staff's best series I've ever watched. It's a tragedy series, but not in a bad way, but more of an anime filled with heartbreaking emotions, sadness, and of course agony to it. An endless sea of sand. There lies an ancient town. The residents that lived there are said to be marked with supernatural abilities at their disposal, but of course it comes with a great cost, and that is death. Chakuro is the protagonist who spends his time documenting and researching the place he lives in, and for the first time in 6 months, another island crosses the horizon where Chakuro joins the scouting squad to investigate this mysterious island and see what wonders it may hold.
俺はこいつの世界を見に行く。あんたらはここで一生泥船ごっこでもしてろよ。リコさん。ピンチを演出するんだ。多少怪我を負っても治癒魔術がある。俺の策は完璧だ。
Now finally on this list we have is Mushoko Tensei, or Jobless Reincarnation, the series that truly defines how an isekai anime should be like. People call it the grandfather of isekai, and of course, a masterclass in its genre. A shut-in character, after being bullied and made fun of in reality, died in a car accident and was then reincarnated as a young baby named Rudis into a loving, wholesome, and slightly weird family. His father, Paul, taught him swordsmanship, and he managed to actually learn magic all on his own one day. When he was old enough, he was then able to leave his home and go on an exciting adventure, trust me. And one of the best adventures I've ever seen in an isekai anime. Beautiful world building, amazing characters. I just cannot get enough from watching this series.
そんな理由で子供を見殺したというのか。ふざけるな。
Looks like we've reached the end of the fantasy trip, as it's now time to close down the video. And if you have reached the end, then I just want to thank you all for doing so. And if you did enjoy, then please do leave a like to show your support. And as always, I'll be seeing you all in the next one.